What's up, guys? It's Ziah TV. We are back with another video. Your host, Ziah, and me, the Shizzy, or G, the KO, whatever you guys want to call me.
Or the guy on the right.
Yeah, or the white guy.
The white guy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of names that you guys call us except for our actual ones, so. No shade, it's just funny.
So, as you guys can see in the title, we're going to do the outro tier video. It's highly requested. This is one of three. They're saying part of Dang.
Yeah, a lot of people, when I saw the... Excuse me out there. You can't hear, someone is backing that dump truck of an ass up.
Jesus.
You can hear the... I don't know if the mic will pick it up, but anyway.
I'm going to need you to stop backing that up.
Nicki Minaj?
Okay. Megan dropped a new video.
So, when I see in the comments, I saw a lot of people say, like, dang... and this, like,
yes.
These were like these were always grouped together. It seemed like for people to like ask for like reactions. I think there's also probably an explanation to this too. So if there is, then we'll probably be reacting to that. So we are going to do this. We do have some new patrons.
Oh my god! Every time, it's such a blessing.
Every video, like we upload 5 days a week, and every video, you
guys,
know how
you guys
proud and just like good it makes us feel to know that every time we drop a video, we have new patrons to announce.
Yeah, you guys
like,
are just such a blessing.
Don't make me cry. Anyway. Okay. So, we'll start off. We got Yala, supporter tier patron.
Hey.
Thank you so much. Katarina, loyal supporter tier patron. Thank you so much. And Rosa, true supporter tier patron.
Thank you guys
all
so much.
So much. So, by the time you're seeing this, you'll have, for the $3 or more patrons, you guys will have like links to Discord, all that stuff. I'll message you on Patreon. Here is the updated list.
Thank you guys so much.
It's getting there. If you guys haven't watched the other videos or don't know, we do plan to do in the near future, not an exact date yet because we still need to work on internet issues. Patreon only live stream. We're gonna be.
I'm leaving on the 5th.
Oh yeah, that's right. And he is abandoning us, so I'm gonna be a solo act for a little bit. But don't worry about that. It's fine.
For about a week.
Yeah. You'll have a week of only Ziah.
Yeah.
But no TV. So
that's his name? Oh my god.
We'll start with TV. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a Patreon only live stream. It will be posted onto YouTube in a later date, but to be there live, you have to be a patron. Any tier gets you it. We'll be doing things like the story of Bang 10, like all the ones that you guys requested, like gets to know BTS better, all that. We'll be reacting to those on there. But without further ado, let's get into outro tier. I'm excited. Don't know anything about it. I'm assuming it's rap because people grouped it with the other rap songs we heard. So
yeah,
let's go.
Okay. Oh, and this is the Dial 6137 lyrical video.
Yeah.
We read the comments. There's some really good reviews from you guys in there. So we're really hoping this is a good interpretation.
Yeah. The only other ones we saw were they had no English.
Color-coded or
like lyrics or subtitles, and the other ones were the color code. You told us not to use the color code once, so
yeah. And then we tried to match it up with the what's that website?
The website. What did you link us? I forgot who.
Yeah,
it might have been. I think it actually was. Yeah. So thank you for that.
But we tried to match them up, and then some of the other ones weren't even matching up.
Yeah, exactly. So, by the way, I do have a request. I know it's a long intro, but we are looking for cipher videos, 1 through 4. Everyone we looked at on YouTube either didn't have the English or they were by like the lyrical, the color coded ones that you guys told us not to do. Yep. We couldn't find a good one. If you have a good one that you know has good English lyrics in it, please link it 1 through 4.
Yep.
Either any of them. We want to do them individually if we can, but if not, it's fine.
Let's go. Okay.
Kind of an epic tone coming in.
Oh yeah.
Very mood setting. Suspense is killing me.
Yeah.
이별은 내게 튀어 나도 모르게 내 눈가 위에 appeal 새 내뱉지 못한 얘기들이 흐르고 미련이 날 얼굴 위를 기어 내게 넌 한때는 아이디어 하지만 이제 쓰기만 한 빌 때늦은 자기 혐오로 어렵지 심장은 스치는 저 바람에도 빌 이별은 거짓뿐이던 나 영국 끝에 오고야 말았던 날 때가
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. We might need to watch this in 0.5 speed. Spitting.
I know.
Holy
He starts spinning
shit.
so fast. And see, the crazy thing is, and I never thought about this before, but I'm sure you guys have experienced it because we're experiencing it, is when someone is rapping in English or singing in English and you watch a lyrical video, being this fast, like you can keep up with it because you can hear it as well as read it, so it's faster. But because he's rapping at...
RM is just fucking destroying this.
Yeah, exactly. And he's rapping so fast, like... The Korean to English isn't going to translate to the same speed. You know what I mean? Because the words aren't going to be the same. Like what he's saying can be much shorter than what it would be in English.
Yeah.
And so it's transitioning really fast. So I need to take a minute to read some of the longer ones.
Yeah.
I just want to go back, get it all. So without even knowing, it blooms around my eyes. To me, you were once my dear. My heart that's stained with belated self-loathing becomes empty even with the passing breeze. Ooh.
It's painting a picture.
That was painting a picture. That's painting a very heartfelt picture almost. Like it's very it's weird because it's one of those ones again, kind of like with our last video, where it sounds initially like, you know, it would be stereotypically about a woman, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I'm not thinking. I'm thinking it might be left open for a little bit, but because like it building up around me and like I once called you my dear. That could be a lot of people. Okay.
Yeah. Or you know, I know there's some theories like the last one that it's like about like your persona, yourself, and stuff too. You know, we've had to talk about the true self versus stuff. But
and
anyway,
people say like BTS doesn't make diss tracks. They make like kind of like troll verse and like even like
people say they make diss tracks, but they don't. But like the DKTK TV explained that they don't usually diss as directly as a stereotypical diss track would.
Yeah, exactly. So
all right, let me get back to where we were so I can read the lyrics. The price that I had to pay came to me, the bare face that I know. Okay, so we'll go back, watch it. It's gonna be a little bit hard to analyze because this motherfucker spin.
Yeah.
But I'm down for it. I'm down for the challenge.
누군가 시간을 되돌려준다면 어쩜 내가 좀 더 솔직할 수 있었을까 나만 아는 알금의 얼굴도 추억 초라한 내 안에 오랜 버튼도 나를 보던 그 미소로 여전히 넌 나를 그렇게 또 사랑해줄 수 있었을까 영원 같은 소리 좀 그만해 어차피 원래 끝은 있는 거잖아 시작이 있다면 I don't wanna listen to them 너무 많은 소리 혹은 너무 많은 위로
That was
holy shit. That's cool.
Really interesting. Let me go back. Oh crap! It's 5 seconds, so it doesn't catch everything. But stop saying things like forever.
Yeah.
And then after all, the end originally exists if there is a start.
Yeah. I think that's a really cool idea because like if there is no end, there is no start, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's just a continuous loop. So
it's like a closed loop.
Yeah. So like. It's kind of like being like, hey, don't say forever because we also need a start.
Well, yeah, because I mean, technically, it can't be forever because at some point you're going to die. That's the end.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like that's really interesting. As just something to point out too. It's kind of the same thing when, like, the beautiful thing about a problem is that in order for something to be a problem, there's a solution. It can't be a problem if there's no solution.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so I think it's cool because it's like that similar concept, and I think that's like a really cool way to look at things.
Yeah, and like let's just talk about this motherfucker's flow for a little minute. He sounds so goddamn good.
I mean,
I've wanted nothing more than to know Korean, like to how to like.
It just sounds so clean.
Like, yeah, it just sounds so good.
Yeah. So, RM, if you guys don't know, is like my favorite out of the group.
Oh, I think they know.
I might have said it once or twice. So, like, yeah, just something about his flow, his delivery, and everything is just absolutely incredible to me. Everyone's great in the group.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
He's got such a strong like rap voice. Like rap. Someone said about you in our live stream, right? Like you command the beat.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, I do music on the side for fun.
So like. He really does have a really good command of the beat and like his just his pronunciation or like his punctuation like on the beat, everything sounds good. It's like he
does a really good job with that. It
comes out so well.
And you know, I think where me and RM are similar in terms of what people usually like is like we both have like a deeper voice.
Yeah.
And deeper voices usually tend, if used correctly in rap, usually tend to be able to command attention more and, you know, like bring you in or have like harder hitting bars because it just goes with the sound, you know?
Yeah, I think you can see that in like, I think Twista. Twista has a pretty deep voice.
Or Busta Rhymes.
Oh yeah, Busta. That's what I'm thinking. Busta. Yeah, he's got like that, like and it's like just like this super deep, fast paced rap. It's just so fucking cool to listen to.
It has a unique yet familiar almost sound to it, where it's like, ooh, that's
smooth.
Yeah.
That's smooth.
So going back into this, would you still be able to love me again like before with that smile with which you used to look at me? Now this is where we need more context for us because again, this is language that would stereotypically be used towards another person.
Loved one. Yeah. A
loved one, someone who cares about you, right? And if we look up at this, but now you're merely a bitter beer at the end of my play where breakup was a lie. Would I have been able to be a bit more honest? Ooh, we're gonna have to watch that explanation video for this one.
We definitely have one.
We're still gonna take a crack at like digging into it. We'll need more context, so let's keep playing through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna back it up just a little bit because his flow is so fun.
Yeah, I think we can. You guys don't care if it's a longer video.
Sorry for the long videos, but
no, they don't care.
이별은 내게 태워 나도 모르게 내 눈가 위에 펴 세뇌배치 못한 얘기들이 흐르고 미련이 날 얼굴 위를 기어 내게 넌 한때는 아이디어 하지만 이제 쓰기만 한 빌 대늦은 자기 혐오로 어렵지 심장은 스치려져 봐.
Also, really quick, I'm not going to spend long on this, I promise. I love that line where it's like, you were once my dear, but now you're just a bitter beer. For one, I love the rhyme scheme of it. It flows really well. And for two, that's a very distinct, beautiful image to paint because it says so little. It's such a short, like, little phrase, but it tells so much.
I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to say that there is something about, like, there's a typical bitter beer that he's speaking of, which would give us more context.
Yeah, it's like a Korean thing.
Yeah. I'm hoping. Okay, I actually really like this. Right, the my heart that's stained with belated self-loathing. I think that's so cool. I think, and we've talked about it too. Like after like a breakup, right? And he even said breakup. He said the word breakup, so we can kind of like take that and like build off of it. But he's like, after that is like we talked about how like you'll still have the residual pain, right? And with stains, with stains, you get it on your clothes and it won't go away no matter how much you wash it out, right? And I think that's really, really cool. And like the belated self-loathing, like it's his own pain, it's his own stain that he put on him. He's like, I'm hurting myself.
Eating yourself up inside. I guess we're gonna spend a little bit more time on this. I have something to add to that. So I'm watching a show called Lucifer.
Dude, I'm on season 5.
You're on season 5?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot what season we're on, but it's so good, right?
Yeah, it's
so good. So if you guys haven't seen it, highly recommend it. It's really good. But so as you know, one of the things that's a theme about that, if you guys don't know, back in context, the main character is actually the devil, but he's like not a bad guy, and it kind of like is about like the misinterpretation of like who the devil actually is and stuff. So one of the things about it is hell in that universe is a place where people just get tormented by their own like thoughts and guilt and regrets and stuff. They can leave at any time, but no one ever does. And that's really, really interesting. And how I'm going to tie that back into this is because like I think above all else, but before any type of pain that someone else can inflict on us, I think the biggest pain is the ones that we inflict on ourselves.
Oh, 100%.
The guilt, yeah. The shame, the humiliation, whatever it is, the self-loathing, you know what I mean? That's like something like you are your own greatest enemy.
Yeah.
And so I like this because it really speaks volumes to that fact or that idea.
I'm trying to think of a book that they made us read in high school. I'm completely forgetting the name, but it's about during the Russian Revolution. There was a scholar, and he went and he killed his pawn, like the person who was like pawning stuff out, right? And he killed her because he thought like she was like a disease to society because she allowed people to keep continuing, right? And then afterwards he became physically ill just with the guilt of it, right? And like he just kept thinking like people were like, he got paranoid, and he ended up like I believe taking his own life or dying from this disease because of just like this self pain, right? And there's nothing more damaging to yourself than you.
It's true.
You are your worst enemy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's crazy. All right, let's get back into it.
바람에도 불 이별은 거짓뿐이던 나 영국 끝에 오야 말았던 날때가 누군가 시간을 되돌려준다면 어쩜 내가 좀 더 솔직할 수 있었을까 나만 아는 낡은 얼굴도 추억 초라한 내 안에 오랜 버튼도 나를 보던 그 미소로 여전히
I know we're gonna pause a lot. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, but like,
Yeah,
you
some
know,
people don't.
most people are like, pause as much as you need to and stuff like that. Since this is rap, if you haven't seen our other rap reactions, we do tend to pause a lot more and talk about the individual lines a lot more. It's just the nature of rap. So this one goes really fast, so I'm gonna try to catch it. The ugly and pathetic old friends within me. That is such an interesting line.
Yeah,
because. Well, we know a thing about BTS by now, and we know that. I guess we should have looked up what album this relates to, because each album has its own story that's within it, so that would help us paint a better picture. But we didn't before this. So the ugly and pathetic old friends within me, and I know that BTS often does talk a lot about like facing your inner demons, your true self, and stuff. We just got off one that was about that.
Yeah.
So for me, when it says the ugly and pathetic old friends within me, can mean one or two things. It can literally mean like visions of friends he had in the past that betrayed him.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what that is.
I don't either. I can see why that would be conceived, though.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the obvious one, but it's not the true one. I feel like that is like, this is more about versions of himself that it's like you can almost consider yourself a friend. Like if you talk to yourself and stuff, it's like an imaginary friend, but it's like that other voice in your head and stuff like that. And these might be versions of himself that held him back in the past.
I think you're absolutely right there. I think like when he's talking about that, it's almost like when you like you're laying in bed at night, right? This is kind of a deep cut, but like you start regretting things and thinking about things, and then you look back on your like old self and things that you did or lie you told or an opportunity you didn't take, and you're like, fuck that, like I was so stupid back then, and you almost look back at it as like pathetic. Yeah. And I think that that's kind of what he's reflecting on, and I think that kind of goes with what you're saying too.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's what it means, because there's interesting choice of language here, because he's clearly saying within me, so it's not an outside friend. It's not someone who's on the outside, and then the fact that he's calling them old friends rather than like personas and stuff like that. That also kind of lends itself to be more open air, but I still think that we're on the right track when it comes to that.
Yeah, and it's so cool. BTS has had this continuous theme in Singularity, in Black Swan, and now
Fake
in this,
Love, which we did on our live stream.
Yeah, Fake Love. It's just like there's just so much of being able to look at yourself and like not just challenge yourself, reach out to yourself, reflect on yourself, and then even here like kind of confront and like realize that your old self might have not been what you wanted it to be. Because he's calling it pathetic and old.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. Let's go.
내 안에 오랜 버튼도 나를 보던 그 미소로 여전히 넌 나를 그렇게 또 사랑해줄 수 있었을까 영원 같은 소리 좀 그만해 어차피 원래 끝은 있는 거잖아 시작이 있다면 I don't wanna listen to it 너무 많은 소리 혹은 너무 많은 위로 I don't wanna listen to it 그냥 너무 무서웠어 좀 내가 너를 사랑했던 적이 아예 없는 것 같아서 늦었지만 너 지질했다고 너만 나를 사랑했다고 You're my two 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 What more can I say You're my two 같은 곳을 향해 걸었었는데 이것이 우리의 마지막이 돼요 영원을 말하던 우리였는데요 가차없이 서로를 부시네요 같이 꿈을 꿨다 생각했는데 그 꿈은 비로소 꿈이 되어 내 심장이 찢겨져 차라리 불태워줘 고통과 미련 그 무엇도 남지 않게끔
Alright,
so
time for a theory.
A
music theory. Okay. So, what we just read started to lead me down this path. And again, this is my interpretation.
Yeah.
But I feel like what this is, and it goes along with what we were kind of constructing earlier, this is him talking to an old version of himself, right? And I'll show you guys why. Because we have certain choice words after You're My Tears. So we have although we thought that we dreamed the same dream, that dream has finally become a dream, none of that would be left. but before that he said like my heart was torn, burned instead. And I think what that's trying to symbolize and what that's talking about is, for me, as a kid, you know, I wanted to be a film director / actor and stuff, and like me and him together, that's what we wanted.
Yeah,
and
that's what we're becoming. Okay, you guys are helping along that way.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so like for us, we've always shared this dream, right? And this has continued up until nowadays. But I feel like for a lot of people, the childhood dreams that they had, they give up on, and I feel like this is kind of like symbolizing that fight or that struggle you have with yourself as you grow older. And so it's like, you know, you both thought you shared the same dream, one being like that childhood version of you or like that older version of yourself, but then as you grow older, like things happen, or maybe you discover something different, or you don't believe you can do it, you know what I mean? So you don't pursue it, and then that's where you guys kind of butt heads and you get at that thing. And like your heart being torn doesn't mean like his heart was torn because of a breakup, but it's because it's literally like torn, almost like a yin yang, where one half of you is telling you to leave, but the other half says stay. You know, it's like that type of situation where you're just out at ends of each other. You know.
Yeah.
Between that, like that inner conflict.
Yeah, absolutely. I
hope I'm explaining that well.
Yeah, I'm following you. I hope they do too. I really, really like. I'm gonna try to take a shot at something too. So there's 3 words that kind of really rhyme here, right? It's dear, beer, and tear, right?
Yeah.
And so if you kind of look at the pictures, each one painted, it was once I once called you my dear, I think was the line, and then now you're nothing but a bitter beer, okay? And then going into you are my tear. So I think that really goes with kind of what you're saying. If this also could absolutely be a breakup song, okay?
Yeah, I mean, it just could. We could be like overlooking the fact that the other songs we've looked at have sounded like breakup songs, but actually aren't. Yeah. You know, and this might just be the one that actually is.
But it could be a breakup with himself as well.
Yeah, I feel like this one definitely, especially coming from RM, it definitely has a deeper meaning than a simple breakup song. Yeah. If it is, that's fine.
But if you take those 3 words with those contexts, right? It's kind of like past, or I guess like, so you were my dear, right? So it was like past, right? You were, okay, and then like now you're, or, and then you were, how did it go?
I think it was, you were my dear, and now you're just a bitter beer.
Yeah, now you're just a bitter beer.
I think that's
yeah, so it's like they were a loved one, or like his old self was loved, and then it's like a bad memory or bitter memory, right? And now it's like you are my release of pain, right? Like tearing, crying is like a release of pain. And I think that like kind of that, or even sadness, it could be like looking back and being like, oh, that's sad, or pain. I think that's really, really cool. And I wonder if it was like, because those are the English words as well. Yeah. Like these specifically said those 3 words in English so that they would rhyme in English. And that's why I kind of think they have more focus on them.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm not sure yet, though.
Let's keep going. Let's get more context. We're about
There's so much of the song.
이별은 내게 기회야 눈물 따위는 사치니까 아름다운 이별 따위는 없을 테니 이제 시작해줘 Take it easy 천천히 심장을 돌려줘 그래 조각이 나버린 파편 밀어치러 밟아줘 매일은 그딴 게 더는 남지 않게 갈기 찢어 밝혀버린 내 심장을 싹 불태워줘
Oh my God.
That's very aggressive.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. And I think this is Sugar rapping right now. I think...
I believe. It does sound like Sugar.
It sounds kind of like Sugar. I might be wrong. Okay, please correct me if I'm wrong. But even from the start, there was so much emotion in the words he was saying. Like when he kind of came in with the chorus, right? And he took over from RM and he's like, you're my tear, right? And then he like spelled it out. He's like TEAR, right? And then he has just brought nothing but pure emotion. He's like, you ripped out my heart. You took the shards and shattered them. He's like, now you're burning it. Like, this is crazy. This is absolute destruction.
I'm going to say this is very much a double entendre song, and I think that's what's really cool about BTS is very much like you can take your own meanings from their songs, you know. So I feel like for the people that need this to be a heartbreak type of song, it can be. For the people that need to have this be more of like that inner self-reflection type of song, it can be. And I think that's what's really cool, because again, there's two ways to look at it. Like, you can look on surface level like, well, you literally took my heart and turned it to shreds. Well, literally, but you know what I mean. And then you could also look at it as more, again, about that. Like, I wonder, almost as if with the way that he's using these words, that this is actually that childhood innocent version of him that's saying that to the older version, like you took my dreams, like my heart, what I truly desired, and you destroyed them because like you let like things like adulthood and growing up and like having to deal with like being mature and stuff like that get in the way of what we truly desire.
And that ties in with the line like to cry or to tears are a luxury. And it's almost like we can't even do that anymore. Like we can't do that. And that's actually really, really sad. And I think that actually rules out almost that it's a breakup song. Because if anything, like during a breakup, like that's the best time to cry. That's the best time to get it out, right? But like if we're looking at this as like them, this is the story of their career and like them growing into adulthood, right? And like how that's shaped them. Then like because they're so forefront and like everything about their lives is recorded. There's so many vlogs and like little videos, and they're on talk shows constantly. You're doing concerts, right? It's like to take the time to go out and cry. That is a luxury.
That's true. And I think also with this, because like I think you can look at this as one or two ways. You can either look at this as a song that they wrote and these are their true feelings, or they wrote it for the purpose of creating a song about this topic, you know? And I don't know enough about BTS to know which one is which. For now, I'm going to take it more as this is a song where they wrote specifically for this type of topic because they wanted to create this, not because it necessarily will 100% reflect like true emotions, you know? But I still think it's really cool either way, because that idea...
To just open up the discussion.
Yeah, it does. It opens up that discussion to where, like, that idea of, like, you know, so many people, as they grow older, lose sight of what's important. Lose sight of, like... it's like that one quote that I think, like, John Legend, where, like, his mother asked him what he wanted to be. He said happy. Then he went to school, and they asked him what he wanted to be. When he grew up, he told them happy, and they said, you don't understand the question. He said, you don't understand life. I don't know if you ever heard that. But
I haven't.
I think I saw it on a Facebook post. That's how you know it's legit. And and you know, that just goes along with that theme of like losing sight of what's important as we grow up, because it's very easy. It's very easy to come into adulthood and lose that childlike innocence of yourself, or that childish version of yourself, which in most people's cases is actually the best version of themselves, because that's like the uncorrupted version of someone.
It's that pure innocence.
Exactly. And so
God, that's so
to almost
sad.
seem like that child is almost throwing a tantrum or raging out in this song against the older version that took the ideas and dreams and was supposed to continue them on into adulthood to become reality, crush them, destroy them, and like broke the heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we saw the same kind of theme in Dear Old Nicky.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like kind of that self-reflection on a younger self and being like, I wish I could reach out to him. And but I like what you're saying is like that, almost that rage inside. I think Suga's kind of like portraying the rage of like what the is going on, you know?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so let's keep going, but
this is so cool.
그래 조각이 나버린 파편 밀어치러 밟아줘 매일은 그딴 게 더는 남지 않게 갈기갈기 찢어 밝혀버린 내 심장을 싹 불태워줘 에이 옳지 그래 거기야 뭘 망설이니 네가 원하던 그 결말이 네 망설임 없이 어서 죽여
Oh, that's so cool. He's almost saying like throwaway feelings and like hesitation, right? And let's just go for it. He's like, no more wishing.
Yeah,
just go
it's like, I feel like it's very much when someone reaches that point of anger where it becomes self-destructive in a way where it's not necessarily going to hurt themselves, but they no longer care about their own well-being, because there's levels to anger, right? And so I think that is like a representation of that level of anger where like he's reckless abandon.
Yeah, he's shutting his like caution meters off.
Yeah, and he's just like, fucking do it, you know? Don't hesitate, fucking kill me if you're gonna kill me. I'm fucking done. You know what I mean? Like you've reached your limit, basically.
Yeah, I think this is more about him like going for his goals. So he's like, no more hesitating. I'm gonna go for it.
I like that too. Yeah. I like that too, because it's like I feel almost as if, because you know, one of the things I've been trying to figure out is at what point, if our theory is correct, is which voice, the innocent child's voice versus the adult's voice. And so I think that the beginning of his verse is the innocent child's voice. That's like lashing out, and then this is almost kind of sounds like to me like the adult lashing back, like if you're gonna kill me, fucking do it then, basically, you know.
Okay.
But it could also be the little kids saying like, hey, if you're gonna completely give up on our dreams and stuff, then just kill me, you know. I think either way you could kind of look at it and go, oh, okay.
So I kind of took it as like this is him as an adult, right? And his younger self was looking at him and was like, come on, like this is like everything we've looked for, like wanted or whatever, right? Like what's happening? And he's kind of like, well, all right, I'm gonna keep going then. I'm gonna keep going. And like talking about,
I like that.
Yeah, talking about his like music career and like everything he's doing, and he's like, I'm not gonna hesitate. I think what kind of please burn up my heart that was torn into shreds. Okay, let's send this. I think this kind of builds.
그딴 게 더는 남지 않게 갈기갈기 찢어 밝혀버린 내 심장을 싹 불태워줘 에이 옳지 그래 거기야 뭘 망설이니 네가 원하던 그 결말이 네 망설임 없이 어서 죽여 에이 yeah yeah put it yeah 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 put it yeah 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 put it 타버린 채마저 남지 않게 이게 진짜 너고 이게 진짜 나야 이젠 끝을 봤고 원망도 안 남아 달던 꿈은 깼고 나는 눈을 감아 이게 진짜 너고 이게 진짜 나야 같은 곳을 향해 걸어서는데 이것이 우리의 마지막이 돼 영원을 말하던 우리였는데 가차없이 서로를 부시네 같이 꿈을 꿨다 생각했는데 그 꿈은 비로소 꿈이 되어 내 심장이 찢겨져 차라리 불태워줘 고통과 미련 그 무엇도 남지 않게끔
Alright, so I think that I'm going to present my final theory on this. You know, we've had a lot of speculation.
Yeah.
So what this song would mean for me, if I was listening to it and I took a little bit of a deeper dive into it, but not as much as like doing a video where I'm at, like diving into it, that part right there solidifies for me that this seems to be the battle between that younger self who had those dreams and aspirations and that adult self that almost let go of those dreams and aspirations. And now they fought through all of like the stuff that got in the way, and now it's just them. You know, it's like if you blocked out all the noise, they got through all the bullshit, so now it's just a moment of pure self-reflection where they're standing there almost like in an empty room. They're standing there facing each other and they're like, so what's next? You know, it's kind of like that square off moment. If you've seen
Kakashi
Naruto
versus Kid Kakashi,
it's like that Naruto moment where Naruto goes into the waterfall and has to fight the dark Naruto in himself, confront that version of yourself, similar to that, but again, it's not the dark version of yourself, it's just an earlier version. So I think that will be like my final, what I think that's back is like, you know, them confronting and the conflict between like either giving up on your dreams completely and following down that path, or giving up on your current path to then go ahead and follow your dreams and being at that crossroad. Those are the feelings I get from this.
I really like that. This, okay? And this is the real me, right? I think that's so cool. I think that's almost like you're saying, like that final battle, right? They're like struggling, right? And this is kind of him being like, no, this is who I am.
Yeah.
And like that's okay. And it's just it's so cool. This song is so fun. It's so good. It's fun to listen to. It's so fun to analyze. And it's so easy. You could easily watch this video and be like, this is a breakup song.
Yeah, you easily could. And if that's what you want to take it for and use it to cope with those feelings, I think that's totally fine, you know?
But this is a breakup with yourself song.
It really is. Like the imagery that I was viewing in my head as I was reading these lyrics and listening to it is I just imagined like an all white area, right? And it's like the two versions of themselves, and they're standing next to each other, but there's a fork in the road. You know what I mean? And it's just like that idea of like being at like that fork in the road. For your path. Like after all the fighting and conflict, like we said, the raging out against each other, like the fucking can we do it, all this shit. Like it's almost like a moment of peace, like the calm after the storm, not before the storm. And now you're kind of left with this open-ended like, it's okay, we won't cut this out. People like when we leave shit in. I think the Russians are attacking. Honey, hand me my baby.
Yo, what is that?
Martha, grab the shotgun!
Oh, Jesus.
What is it?
They're working on the power line across the street.
Demons?
No, they're working on the power line. One of those man lip cards.
Oh,
Is it picking it up?
I'm sure. Let me turn this down a little
Yeah,
bit. Don't worry, guys. We like to let you into our insider life, so we are not going to cut this out in editing. Mainly
Please cut
because
some of it out.
no, it's funny. They like seeing the bloopers.
It's gonna be a 4.5. Okay.
So I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. There
Yeah.
is, I guess, power line work happening
Across the street.
across the street.
It's very loud.
Yeah. So
good
we kind of mess with the mic a little bit. Hopefully it's not as bad.
Yep.
But anyway, back to my train of thought. Yeah. Again, it's
Yeah.
just like being at that crossroad with yourself and then leaving it the choice ultimately up to you to become like, this is the real me. And it's almost like he's made that choice. But I don't know, because we haven't finished the song. I don't know if like he then takes that step further and then elaborates on which choice he made.
Yeah.
Or if it's just left up to interpretation.
Yeah, I think we'll hear it in a second.
진짜 나가 같은 곳을 향해 걸었었는데 이것이 우리의 마지막이 돼 영원을 말하던 우리였는데 가차없이 서로를 부시네 같이 꿈을 꿨다 생각했는데 그 꿈은 비로소 꿈이 되어 내 심장이 찢겨져 차라리 불태워줘 고통과 미련 그 무엇도 남지 않겠군 You're my tear You're my tear You're my tear You're my fear You're my fear What more can I say You're my 어떤 말을 해야 할지 우리는 알고 있지 정답은 정해 있는데 늘 대답은 어렵지 왜 흘리는지 왜 찢어버리는지 소용없어 내게 누이 이별은 내게 그 순간의 후원 네 입에서 말을 하는 순간 우리의 초점이 무규칙해지는 순간 모든 게 위험한 순간에 두 글자가 주는 우리의 끝 아는 끝 찢을 끝
I think we need to be able to just re-look at that one more time. It was going a little fast.
This song has so much to it.
It's
Once I
insane.
think I have like an idea or grasp of where the song is going, boom, it just keeps building, keeps climbing.
It
Keeps,
does. It has so many different interesting angles to it. That verse, it was that verse almost kind of made me have this idea that it's almost like it's exploring a possible outcome of being at that fork in the road.
Yeah.
Where you both say goodbye to each other.
Yeah.
And because like in that fork in the road situation, like I have two ways. Either you can like fusion, like combine and become one and be like, this is the real me, you know, and like, or you can completely disregard and almost turn off your humanity or your emotions and just completely go separate ways.
Yeah.
You know, and just be like, no, like I'm not doing this. I'm tired of dealing with these emotions, these feelings. I'm just gonna shut myself off, become numb to it, and like this is our fault. Like he was saying, this is our last like destination, and just leave.
Yeah, I like the line he said, like, the outcome is fixed, but replying is hard. It's like, I know this is going to happen, right? But I know I have to, like, reply to it. And I know that's really hard because, like, a lot of times, like, even when a breakup, right, you'll know you guys are coming to the end of the road. Like, you guys know that it's about time to split, right? And you're like, I just don't know how to say yes.
Most for sure, especially when it comes to breakups, because most breakups are decided way before you guys actually break up.
Yeah.
Like by the time you get to that, in most situations, there's obviously other situations, but in most situations, like one or the other person has already like one foot out the door. Like they've already made up their mind. You know what I mean? And that I think that kind of goes along with it, even if it's not a breakup song. Like that idea of like, you know the answer, but replying is hard, and that's like that like. Even if you know the answer for yourself, it's facing the truth that's the hard part. It's like responding to that answer and being like, all right.
Yeah. Well, that'd be like for us reflecting on our younger self and like our younger self talking to us and be like, why aren't you guys making movies yet? And we're like, fuck, how do I answer this little asshole? It's like, bitch, I'm trying.
Yeah. Like if you're like a time traveler and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like having a conversation with
It's
yourself.
hard.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to revisit his verse. I know we didn't watch all the way through, but like just that beginning because it's so fast. One more time. Let's keep going.
You're my fear. What more can I say? You're my. 어떤 말을 해야 할지 정답은 정해 있는데 늘 대답은 어렵지 왜 흘리는지 왜 찢어버리는지 소용없어 내게 눈 이별은 내게 그 순간 내 폰 네 입에서 말을 하는 순간 우리의 초점이 무규칙해지는 순간 모든 게 위험한 순간에 두 글자가 준 우리의 끝 아는 끝 안 찢을 끝 그런 말을 못한다고 앞으로 나도 이별붙이 뿅 넌 내 시작과 끝에 네 soul 나의 만남과 나의 이별 전부여서 앞으로가 freer 반복될 거야 너로 인해 태어
You feel the pain in there.
Yeah, the panting at the end like really paints that picture because it's like it shows that like emotion, like he really gave it his all.
Yeah.
You know, so.
God, what a song! I'll take this off.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a harder one to analyze because there's so much.
There's so much. There, like the thing about it, and I think, of course, like being BTS, it's on purpose. But the language is left open-ended enough and abstract enough to where you can't exactly pinpoint down one specific thing.
No.
But I think that's on purpose because that type of song allows anybody to give any interpretation they want to it. Mm-hmm. And experience that for themselves and have that song mean what they need it to mean for them.
Yeah.
And I think that's really unique and really cool.
I think a lot of rappers kind of miss that mark too. Like nowadays, you get like people talking about catching a body at the age of 9, right? And it's like that's not very open-ended. Like you're either lying or you're stupid. And it's so cool to see that like BTS has created such a beautiful story on multiple different layers for multiple different people, and it's just such a big audience that they can create.
Yeah.
For like yes, this is a breakup song. Yes, this is like a self-reflection song. There's so much to it.
Yep.
It's so cool,
Yep.
and they do such a good job. And I think with Singularity as well, like we definitely felt it on several different levels. Mm-hmm. And with this song, it's just so cool to see.
Oh yeah, you know, I mean, like, I hope you guys enjoyed our reaction to it. I hope you enjoyed our interpretation to it. You know, let me know.
I'm gonna reflect on that some more, and we need to do a definition.
If they have a DK explained, please leave in the comments below. We'll react to it. It might even drop tomorrow. You know, just depends. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you. If you made it to this part of the video, you guys know what to do. Leave a crown down below.
Yes.
Saw all the crowns last time. So much more than the time before. So you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching to the end. You have no idea how much it helps us because YouTube kind of just punishes you for people leaving early. So the more the people watch to the end, the more YouTube decides to reward us by pushing our video out more, the bigger we can grow. Which means the faster we can get doing this full time and more content for you guys and more patron awards. So,
and we know people are going to see this and be like, a 30+ minute video? What? And it's going to be like,
I think they like it. If you guys
fans,
like the longer, because we have progressively been having our BTS videos become longer. So if you like the longer, more in-depth look at them, even if they're 30, 40 minutes, whatever, let me know down below so that way we can know what's best for you guys and what you guys want to see. But that's all the time we have for you today. So we will see you in the next
Yo, wanna come up, your man better step up. Matter of fact, bet just watch from my checkup. Matter of fact, bet just stop in the flex up. Matter of fact, just know I'm finna blow. Wait, hold up, is it too late? Just set the record straight.